Did you know that God hears your prayers even if you don't post them on Facebook?
What?
I know. A lot of people apparently don't realize this. You can just pray to God alone in your closet. In fact, it says to do that without telling everybody and without posting on Facebook. Come look at the stairs. Now, the day before, it was snowy yesterday. We put all these beautiful stairs on, but today we stained them.
Beautifully.
And it is magical. It is just magical. So we'll still have to polyurethane them. And you'll be like, now it looks even more magical. And I'll be like this, I know.
I'm 3/4 unicorn.
You don't even understand. So you probably noticed that we cleaned up a little bit in here. We're about to mop this floor. And then we're going to stain the concrete. And then soon we will put a clear coat on the concrete. So that is very exciting. And then, is there anything else that you got on your heart, Jimmy? Anything at all?
Oh.
Besides the prayers on Facebook thing?
I think that maybe covered it, the health thing earlier, and then, yeah, I think I'm okay.
You all right? Okay. Well,
What about you?
you know, there's so much stuff I've got on my heart. It's just, I feel this constant burden to tell people, like, you do realize that what you're doing is stupid, right? And it weighs on me.
Like a 2-ton heavy thing?
Yeah, like a 2-ton heavy thing. I don't really feel like that. I mean, it's not something I feel. It's something I know for a fact. I'm surrounded by idiots. I mean, they're everywhere.
Hey, I remember
Not you. I mean, especially, here's where I see a lot of idiots in the mirror.
What?
If
How many people do you know?
Just one. If I take selfies, it's just my own self. If I take selfies, I'm like, that guy's an idiot. This happened to me a while back. A friend of mine we were sitting somewhere, and I looked across, and I was like, look, that's us in 20 years. And he goes, that's a mirror, you idiot. I'm like, oh God, I'm a lot older than I thought. It's embarrassing.
Ouch.
Hello there. It's very early or late, depending on how you look at it. If you look at it like we've been here for a very long time, it would be late. But if you're like, tomorrow starts pretty soon, we're early. Yeah. All right, so we stained the steps today. I don't know if you can appreciate that. We cleaned all these floors and swept and mopped and mopped and swept. And then we stained the concrete a gray color, and it kind of pickles it a little bit or whatever. And then we're going to clear coat that soon. So we're getting dangerously close to being done with this, which makes me happy.
Smile.
Now, I want to tell you about a quick story. Paul in the Bible, you guys know, was Saul. He killed Christians. He came to the Jews. He's like, look, I want to be a Christian too. Some time passed. And Paul was upset because he realized that the Jews put too many restrictions on people, and it was off-putting to a lot of people. They're like, but Jesus didn't say all that. And so he argued with Peter to the point of like, we're not friends anymore. They became friends again, don't worry. Anyway, there came a point where Paul was preaching to the Jews, and that's all he wanted. He just was like, I want the Jews to become Christians. That's what I want. And as a Pharisee, that would make sense, right? But there came a point that they exasperated him so much that he threw his hands up in the air. And he said, I'm done. From here on out, I'm going to go preach to the Gentiles. And for those of you that don't know, the Gentiles were the non-Jews, okay? So he's like, from here on out, I'm done with you guys. I'm going to go preach to the Gentiles. Thank God that happened. Because that happened, he wrote the better part of the New Testament. He went on missionary journeys. He went to all kinds of places where the Jews weren't necessarily there. Thessalonica, Galatia, like on and on and on. All the places, all the letters that are written in the New Testament were written by Paul to Gentiles, right? And had he not done that, most of us, let's be honest, we're Gentiles, would never have heard the gospel. So sometimes what seems like a very frustrating thing, like a piece of sand inside of an oyster, later on becomes a pearl. Yeah, it does. So we are going to go home and go to sleep for 48 seconds and come back to work. All right, love you guys. See you later. Oh, hey there. So I know a lot of you guys yesterday were like, number 8, how late were you out there last night? Late. Letter 2, is that the finished product? No! Check it. So we got some shiny up on the steps, which you can't really see, but we got some shiny on the floor. And it's all drying. Yeah, come on over here, Mike. You can kind of not really necessarily see it, but how nice is that? How pretty. So I can't wait for this to dry. And we're so excited because that's going to be an amazing floor. Now, sometimes I think, I'm sure you guys think too, this is one of the things I was thinking about today. How nice is it that God forgives your sin and remembers it no more? And he doesn't hold it against you. He's just like, come to me, I love you, I want to spend time with you. And you're like, but you know all the bad things I did. And he's like, I don't remember that. How nice is that? But here's what I wonder. We can all accept that gift, but can we give that gift to other people? Are we capable of going, you know what, you did me wrong. I forgive you, and I don't remember that anymore. I want to reconcile our friendship, and I want to be friends again. Because I think that's a beautiful thing. Oh, hey there.
Hello.
So, Angel and Sylvester are amazing metal workers, and they do amazing work. Now,
I'm just a neighbor.
incorrect.
Oh.
Incorrect. They put the roof on up here and did a great job. But look at this cool thing. Come on, Angel. Let's take a look. Wowzers.
Yeah.
What a cool thing to put around
What would you call it?
I would call it a centerpiece around the fireplace
It's beautiful.
that is totally metal. I'll put that away. It's too much metal for right now. All right, so apparently, I don't know if you guys knew this. Did you know that? Did you know that there's a hey girl? there's somebody going around and stealing the wheels off of cop cars. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the police are working tirelessly to find the criminal. They steal the tires off, and now the cops are working tirelessly.
Tires.
Tires.
Get it off. Funny good.
Don't throw him off the balcony. We need him.
Yeah, I got to be able to finish the job. So also, another thing I've been thinking about too is in outer space, it's very cold, right?
Right.
And you're like, if I went to outer space, which is highly likely at this point with Elon Musk, we're tight, we're like this. Elon's over here and Elon's here with somebody and I'm alone. Where's your Tesla? I don't have one. No, not yet. No, but when I do go to space, I'm trying to think like, how would I stay warm? Do you have any ideas?
No.
Angel?
No clue.
What about this? I just take with me
A space heater.
a space heater.
Oh, God.
Oh, hey there. So, today we have transformed this bathroom into a barn. I know you're intrigued. The reason that it's now a barn is because why would you put a barn door on a bathroom? It's stupid. You put a bathroom door on a bathroom and a barn door on a barn. So obviously what we did is we were like, we're gonna put this barn door in, which I think is pretty cool, right? You like this? Hey, I want some privacy. And then you close it, and then people can't necessarily see you unless they're like this. So I've got a lot of good ideas. I'm sure you guys realize this by now.
2/3 genius on his mom's
I want
side.
you to think about this, okay? Because you're smart. Everybody wears baseball hats. Jimmy, are you wearing one right now? As a matter of fact, he is. And I understand baseball is America's pastime. What about this? Entrepreneurs, are you ready? Football hats, okay? I don't know what they look like. I don't know what they're shaped like.
Blowing minds all over the town right now.
What I know is you've got a market of people who would be like, I want to buy your football hat because they love football, and then you sell it to them. And you can have literally anything on there, all different colors and teams and shapes and I don't know what in the world. You can have logos and things. People are like, ooh, I like your football hat. Think about it. I got ideas. Sorry, bye. Oh, hey there. Just hanging out in the shower. Thanks for joining me. A lot of my showers are lonely, but thank you guys for coming in here. So what's exciting about this shower, besides the subway tile and the beautiful blacking? Now, this is comments, just us. So we got cool soap dishes in here, and we put in this nice shower door today. Look at this. Oh wait, how smooth is that? So smooth. So smooth.
Slick as glass. Oh, it is glass.
Way less than $1 million on that one.
Really?
Oh yeah, way less. Way less than $1 million. All right, so a couple of things. Number A, it's really difficult to beat somebody that never quits no matter what, right? So let's just say that you got somebody and you're like, oof, things are not going their way. And maybe they're not, but they just don't give up. And they're like, I feel like I can beat you. And this guy's like, you won't, because I will not give up until I win. So, sorry, you're about to see what losing feels like. In fact, he's probably like, why don't you go over there and practice getting beaten up and falling down? And I'll be there in a minute when I get a chance, but I'm kind of busy right now. And then if you insist, he'd be like, fine, I'll beat you up right now. And then he moves on with his day because that dude is used to winning.
He's a winner.
He's a winner. And he also eats chicken for dinner.
Yep. So he's like a double winner.
Yeah, he's like a winner.
Having chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner. That's where that saying probably comes from. I got so many ideas. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey there. So today we did some things that were mundane, but also some things that were kind of cool. So I don't know if you can tell. Some people yesterday thought this was a door, but it's not. Just get a good perspective of that. That's 20 feet tall, and this is a fireplace down here, but everything's black, so it's hard to tell. And then we got a black TV there. It's also hard to tell. This TV is not tiny. I don't know if you can tell, but my wingspan is my height. Do you guys know that? Your wingspan is your height? So it's like 6'4". It's like 85 inches. It's huge. Okay, so we did that. We mounted that in there, and that was amazing. We also painted some stuff. Take a look up here. Isn't that pretty?
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Looks
All right,
good.
so in the Bible, it says, Jesus says that the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. So pray that God will provide workers, okay? Now, we hear this and we're like, our job is to pray for workers. Okay, yes, technically, but our job is also to be workers, okay? And then think about this. If there's a plentiful harvest, and we look across, and let's say it's fruit trees, okay? Let's say that there's like, I don't know, 1 billion peaches. And they're all ready to be picked. So there's a good harvest of peaches that's ready, it's ripe. Will those be ready and ripe forever? That is correct. Jimmy with the camera. They will not be ready. What is ripe and ready and perfect today, next week is dead and rotting on the ground.
Amen.
Worms and ants are eating it, okay?
That's right.
So the thing is, if you look around and you just have this lackadaisical attitude, like, you know what? There's a huge harvest. God will get them. God will get them.
Okay.
I don't need to do nothing. I'm fine.
They're natural. They're peaches.
Yeah. You will find that harvest did not get harvested, and you are not a part of that. And you will look later, and you will stand next to somebody at Judgment Day, and they'll be like, you knew this was coming, and you didn't tell me. Because you didn't want me to be mean to you, or what? Like, why didn't you tell me? I thought you were my friend.
Right.
Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you just tell me the good news, right? And I just think, why don't we do that? And if we just think we can wait forever and it's all gonna be okay, we cannot. Like, there are people that you have an opportunity to talk to and you think, hey, this happened the day I got saved. Somebody told this story, a pastor told this story. He said, somebody came to my church, and it was a young kid. I knew he was in trouble. He was on drugs and everything. And he showed up at church, and it was a miracle that he was there. And he thought, I'm going to preach a salvation message next week. He'll come next week, and I'll give him that message, and I hammer this home. And you know what happened that week?
He didn't show up.
Why?
Because he had overdosed.
Because they found him dead in a stock tank that week.
Bang! Good psychic.
Congratulations, Jimmy. You predicted somebody's death. The point is that this guy thought, I can wait till next week. It's not a long time. It's basically, in Sunday time, it's like another 30 minutes, right? But he should have stopped his sermon and been like, this is more important.
Yep.
And sometimes we need to stop our life and say, this is more important.
I feel a need.
Right. Because when you need to help somebody, it's almost never at a convenient time. Do it anyway. It matters. The harvest is ripe, but it won't be forever. Take that fruit. All right, love you guys. You guys. I love you guys. All right, so we also today painted the doors black. And we're still going to paint the trim white, and then we'll have the walls gray. And I think it's going to make just a wonderful contrast. Take a look over here. So we got these doors black as well, and they'll be, white around the trim on that. And the deck out here is gorgeous. The view, look at this tree. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, wouldn't you just love to hang out up here?
Oh man, it's my favorite spot of this whole house.
I love it. Here, let me get over there.
Yeah.
That's a good view. All right. So the Bible says, pray for your enemies. It says, bless those that curse you, love your enemies, and pray for your enemies, okay? Let me tell you how often I hear somebody talk about when they actually prayed for their enemies. I've never heard it. I've never heard it.
It was a short one, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's an entire list, and it's done. The only person I know that's ever talked about it is me, and it's because, here's what happened, okay? A couple years back, several years ago, I was taking walks every day, and while I was taking walks, then I prayed because I was alone and, nobody loves me. So I prayed for all the people I know. Chances are, if you're watching this and we're friends, I probably prayed for you. And I did this every night for a long time. However many miles a night. And, there comes a point where you're like, I think I prayed for everybody I know. Yeah, we're going to I think I prayed for everybody I know. And then I remembered, but the Bible says to pray for your enemies. I'm like, yeah. Now, full disclosure, okay? I don't personally have enemies. I don't. Let's go back inside. It's kind of windy. And when I say that, what I mean is I don't have animosity towards anybody. Right. I don't wish ill will to anybody. But I know that people don't like me. Okay? Probably most people don't like me. And I'm aware of some of the people that don't like me. And I'm also aware, so also on any given day, I'm owed about $250,000 just because I do a lot of work. And so, whatever, it happens. Right now it's more, but it's in the seven figures. But,
oh, yikes.
Yeah, no, it's true. But at the time, I was owed about $250,000. And I just thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pray for all the people that owe me money. And I know that some of those people have no intention of paying me. I know that they're like, haha, I got away with it. I'm like, all right, sure, you got away with it. But I want to pray for you anyway. I'm not going to pray that you have bad things happen to you. I'm not going to pray that, whatever. Hey, I'm going to pray for blessings on you. I'm going to pray that your life is blessed, that you are blessed financially, that you have good relationships in your life, that you find peace in your life. Like, I'm going to really pray for you.
Yep. Like
I would want somebody to pray for me, even if they've been mean to me. And so I did. And I thought about, my list, like, okay, these people owe me money and these people probably hate my guts. And I prayed for them legitimately. Like, I want them to have a good life. I want them to be blessed and whatever. And you know what happened? You want to take a guess what happened? This was in the evening. It was getting dark.
You got a phone call?
First thing in the morning, I got a phone call. Somebody said, hey man, I just ran into some money. I owe you $47,000. When can I get together and pay you? Out of the blue. Man, happened to be on my list of people I was praying for.
Man.
I'm not saying to do the right thing so that there's a reward.
No, you do the right thing because it's the right thing.
You do the right thing because it's the right thing. But oftentimes there happens to be a reward with it. So
can't complain about that? Or?
No, so think about that. I mean, I know a lot of you guys pray, and I know I feel like all of us probably could pray more. And so if you're thinking about it and, something comes to mind, maybe think about your enemies. Because I'll tell you what, it's harder to hate somebody when you're praying for them. Mm-hmm. At which point, we need to mend relationships. We need to be kind to one another. We need to love one another. And especially, look, Christians and Christians. Because if people look at us and they go, you hate that person and they hate you, but you're on the same team, mm-hmm. I don't want to be
Makes it hard to sell, doesn't it?
Yeah, makes it hard to sell. That's a good way to put it. All right, we're going to get out of here. All right, hey there. So today, we're going to do some touch-uppy kind of things. The first thing we're going to do is put this door in. Let me show you. So it came all gift wrapped and stuff, but it's not pre-hung, okay? So that means that we have to put the hinges on and build the jamb around it and then trim it out and drill holes for the knob and so on and so forth. So how do we do that? Well, normally when we put a door in, I think I've showed you guys, it's pre-hung, we put it in place, we go, oh, okay, cool, it's level, the reveal's good, bang, 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 see you later. This is different. So what we're gonna do is this is the jamb material itself. So this is 4 9/16 wide because you're wall, there's a 2x4, and then you got 1/2-inch sheetrock on both sides. That's 4 9/16. And then this fits in here, and we'll nail that, okay? But before we do that, we're gonna screw the door onto it. And then once we get the door in place, then we're gonna put door stop, okay? On the door stop, think about it. Stops the door, so it doesn't just keep on swinging past. It stops the door. So we'll put that on, and then we'll get the hinges and the knob and everything in place. It'll be amazing. Maybe I'll show you another couple steps. So I've got 2 challenges for you. Number 8. What are they, Jimmy? You don't know. 2 challenges. Number 8. I want you to find an enemy of yours, somebody that you don't really like. Maybe even hate them. They probably hate you. And here's your challenge. It's not easy. Challenges are not easy.
That's why they're called challenge.
That's why they're called challenges. I want you to take this enemy of yours, this unfriend, and I want you to turn them into a friend. It's not easy, but it's very rewarding. And you'll be like this. No. And then over time, you're gonna be like, I'm so happy. I don't know why we ever had a problem between us. Make your enemies into your friends. That's your first challenge. What's your second one? Good, close. So here's what you're gonna do. I know that gazillions of people watch these videos, and so they're all gonna be trying to like make friends out of their enemies, right? Because everybody listens. And when that happens, okay, when somebody comes to you and they're like, hey, I know we've been enemies, I wanna be your friend, or I'm sorry, will you forgive me? Then here's what your second challenge is. Say I forgive you, and then be their friend. You will be so much happier. You think I'm kidding, but you'll be so much happier. I'm gonna get back to work. So, as promised, we got the door up. It's been seconds, okay? So, we attach the door using hinges. I don't know if you guys have seen hinges before in your life, to the door frame, but watch what happens. Oh my gosh, it'll just keep on going. We don't want that.
No.
This is where the door stop comes in, okay? Now, you don't just randomly slam this thing on there, but we're going to because I think I got a pretty good eye. So I'm just gonna do like this, and then like this, and then like this. I did not have that pre-marked. And now, look at that. The door stops because it's a
Door stop.
door stop.
Genius.
Now, if you look inside of this door, you will see this is where somebody has planted a seed, and this seed is gonna grow into a tree that is then gonna grow pans on it. And then when you need to cook things, then you just pluck a pan off and you go and you cook it because it's a pantry.
Beautiful. Makes perfect sense.
What? Oh, It's a pantry. It's not a pantry. Where are my volunteers? What am I not paying you guys for? Seriously? Oh, hey there. For those of you that have been following along for the last minute and a half, basically the next step is to trim it all out. So it would look like this, and that's ugly. But then you're like, you know what we should do? Measure. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna go along the line, 29 1/8. Now blink.
Blink.
Okay. Oh, here's one. Now, a lot of you guys probably don't realize this, but before the house was built, I have every one of these measurements already pre-done. I know ahead of time exactly every baseboard length, every piece of sheetrock. I have it pre-cut at the factory and they deliver it like that. That's not true. Just for the record, that is not true. I basically draw this on a napkin and I'm like, I don't know, like 50 feet. It's within a foot or two, it's fine. All right, so if you're anything like the rest of the world, you're probably sick of bad news. And, every time you turn around, you're like, there's more bad news, right? But first of all, turn off the news. It's not amazing.
Yep.
They get paid for advertising dollars, so they always are gonna have a crisis, and they always have to have something that's like, look, a panic because of anything. And when it's an off day, they're like, it's a panic because cottage cheese doesn't taste good after 2 weeks. You're like, this is not a panic, that's just common knowledge, we don't care. All right, but what we wanna hear is good news. Now, imagine this, imagine that you're a sports fan, which I'm not, and maybe the Fort Worth Mavericks are playing at the Super Bowl or whatever, and it seems like they're low on their RBIs or whatever in the world it is. So you're watching this on TV, right? You're like, I'm fully engaged, and my team is the Dallas Mavericks or whatever they are. So you're watching, and then every time the media, who is slanted, by the way, giving their, unbiased opinions.
Yeah.
They will only show your team losing, fumbling, throwing interceptions, bad stuff, right? And they never show the score. And so you're just like, after a while, and then the other team, whenever they show the other team, they're always like making a victory. They're always like, yeah, look, we caught the interception, we caught the fumble, and we did the touchdown thing or whatever.
Made 2 hoops on the touchdown.
Yeah, they got the hole in one, whatever it is. You would start to lose faith in your team. You would start to think, maybe I should switch sides. Don't do it. Because maybe some time passes and you talk to a friend of yours who is actually at the game, the big, whatever it is, Stanley Cup or something. And you talk to him and you're like, yeah, so I guess, we're not doing so good. And they're like, what are you talking about? I mean, yeah, we threw 1 interception. We fumbled the ball 1 time, and then one of our other guys came and scooped it up. It was actually a huge victory for us. We beat them like 100-7. And then you'd be like, but I don't understand, because on the TV, they only showed me bad things about my team and good things about the other team. Like, because they're slanted, because they work for the devil. Think about this. The devil is called the prince and the power of the air, and the lord of lies and the lord of illusions, okay? What is on the air? TV, radio, internet. Think about it, okay? Anybody who's worked in this industry understands that somewhere at the top, the actual devil is sitting in an office going, but there's good news everywhere, and God is winning, and light is stronger than darkness. So stop being defeated by this stuff and start understanding that there's good news everywhere. Look for it. You might look around and be like, everything is devastation, and then look down and be like, there's a flower growing out of this. There's a flower growing in a hard place. That's beauty, okay? Yep. That's beauty. Now, I was thinking about this earlier because I don't sleep a lot. I want to be surrounded by miracles in my life, which I am, okay? But I want to be surrounded by things that I'm just like, look at what God's doing there. And if you look around, they're everywhere. Let me define miracle for you. A miracle is, yes, when lightning comes down from heaven and God shows himself in an amazing way. But I feel like those kind of things, those tricks, if you will, and they're not tricks, I mean, God's showing his real power, but, like, look at me flex. Those are everywhere. I mean, look around us. If you removed yourself from this time period and from all the propaganda that you've listened to, and you came from, I don't know, the 1800s, and then planted yourself here, you'd be like, oh, wow, how can they not see it? It's literally everywhere. But when I say miracles, what I don't mean is signs and tribulations and plagues and things, because they're everywhere. What I mean is, I want to see somebody that made a conscious decision, that gave their heart to God, that they turned their life around, that they're like, man, my heart of stone has become a heart of flesh. I love people. Mm-hmm. I decided to walk away from drugs. I decided to walk away from alcohol, addiction, smoking, what have you. I want to leave that stuff behind. I've decided to love my family. I've decided to reconcile with people. Those are miracles, and I want to be surrounded by that. All right, we're going to get back to work.